And it's the green flag in there. Here we go. Scott Bloomquist is going to take us off into 1 and 2. In the second spot, they're going to go 3 wide. Owens tiptoes upstairs. He'll go to second. Madden in third. Jason Baker in fourth. They'll work down the back straightaway. Tim McCready up to fifth as we work around out of turn number 4. Lap number 1's in the books, and it's going to be Scott Bloomquist is your leader. In the second spot, it's car number 20 of Jimmy Owens in third. Chris Madden, last night's runner-up, and Tim McCready. He's going to march through the middle of the track as your top 3 work the low side. McCready will slide up to the hot side off turn 4 as we stay green early in this one. 2 down, 48 laps to go at Charlotte. Scott Bloomquist jumping out to about an 8-car length advantage last night. He came home with a 3rd place finish, chasing his 15th win of the year here tonight. And he has got a sizable advantage already, almost a second in the early going of this one. Scott Bloomquist, your leader, 2004 World of Outlaws champion. 26 wins on his career with the World of Outlaws late model series. 7th on the all-time list, and right now he leads the way, and we're already catching the tail of the field as we'll complete lap 7 off turn 4. Meanwhile, Billy Moyer Jr. digging hard on the low side. He's going to shoot past McCready, and he's going to set his sights on Chris Madden. Scott Bloomquist, Jimmy Owens, that's your top 2. Then it's Chris Madden, then Billy Moyer Jr., then Tim McCready. And lap traffic will be a reality within the next lap for your leader, Scott Bloomquist, who completes lap number 8. 8 down, 42 to go. Bloomquist right on the hub. Owens up against the wall. It's going to be the 44 Chris Madden working the middle of the track. As now Bloomquist has caught the tail of the field, and his first car encounter is Shane Clanton. Now Bloomquist will step out to the middle of the racetrack as he tries to make up ground on lap cars. Oh, Billy Moyer Jr. gets spun around up in turns 1 and 2, and Moyer Jr., who was running 4th, is going to bring out a caution. Not sure what happened to the 21 junior. Off into 1 and 2, and Madden rock and rolling on the high side. He's going to go past Owens in a second. Owens in 3rd, McCready in 4th, Moyer in 5th. Bub McCool up into the 6th spot as he is on the move right now. He started back in 12th, and McCool passed a ton of cars last night. He's passing them again here tonight as he goes to work on Billy Moyer for the position number 5. Meanwhile, McCready rocking and rolling on the high side. He's going to go after Owens. Owens will slam the door off into turns 3 and 4. Good battle for the 3rd spot as we'll complete lap number 12. Out front, Scott Bloomquist, your leader, but McCready's coming to life as they work down the back straightaway. McCready's going to shoot past Jimmy Owens up into 3rd. Now McCready's going to make it 3 wide. They're going to go 3 wide for 2nd. It's Madden up top, McCready the meat and the sandwich, and down on the hub it was Owens. Madden's going to stay in 2nd. They'll go 3 wide again through turns 1 and 2. Gary Rich Jr., his staff, they've done a great job here this weekend, and it's following through all the way into the finale for the World of Outlaws late model series. They continue to race side by side for the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Bloomquist not making up a ton of ground. He really hadn't pulled out much on him, but he hasn't lost any ground either. As this time at the line, who's going to be in 2nd? And on the monitors, Tim McCready in 2nd. But Madden not going to give up that easy as Chris Madden pushes the throttle off the top of turn 2, shoots down the back straightaway. This time out of 4, it's going to be 18 laps in the books, 32 to go for your leader, Scott Bloomquist. All right, McCready into 2nd. He knocks about a 10th off Scott Bloomquist's advantage. We'll see if he can catch him and do anything with him. Off into turns 3 and 4 continues to be Bloomquist leading the way in this one. Down the back straightaway, here comes McCready. McCready's going to look to the outside of Bloomquist, side by side for the lead. Off turn number 4, who's going to lead lap 22? It's going to be Scott Bloomquist. Tim McCready pulls alongside of Bloomquist as they go to work on Quinn Smith to put him down a lap. Now Bloomquist will gain 3 car lengths, make it 2 car lengths on McCready down the back straightaway. Jimmy Owens has caught that battle as well as topside Timmy going to live up to the nickname. He goes to the extreme top side of the racetrack as Bloomquist goes to the inside of Quinn Smith. And we got a heck of a battle, and here comes Jimmy Owens. Jimmy Owens has joined the battle. Meanwhile, McCready, a big run on the top. Out of turn 2, new leader, Tim McCready. Can he make it official at the line as Owens goes to the inside of Bloomquist? Bloomquist slams the door. Who's going to lead lap 24? Lap 24, new leader, Tim McCready. Scott Bloomquist back to 2nd. In third, it's Jimmy Owens. Bloomquist not going to give up that easy. No big surprise. This time out of 4, it's going to be halfway. 25 down, 25 to go. Who's going to lead at the halfway mark? And it's going to be Bloomquist back to the lead. Now Jimmy Owens goes after Bloomquist on the low side. Tim McCready digs on the high side. Great race tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Off into turns 3 and 4. Lap traffic still in front of your leaders as we complete lap 26. And Scott Bloomquist by a car length that time, as now Owens continues to work on both McCready and Bloomquist. Clint Smith right in front of your leader, Scott Bloomquist, and that's going to allow McCready to get a run on the top side, this time out of turns 3 and 4. Will we have a new leader for lap 27? I don't know. Here comes Owens on this. They're 3 wide for the lead off 4. What a race tonight at Charlotte. 3 wide through 1 and 2. McCready led the last lap. Bloomquist in second. Jimmy Owens, somebody rattled his cage. He's in third. And now Billy Moyer, Mr. Smooth, has joined the party. And your top 4, they're all together as Tim McCready leads lap number 28. 22 to decide this one, and they're still working through the lap traffic of Clint Smith and Austin Hubbard, as now we got 30 in the books. 30 down, 20 to go in the finale for the World of Outlaws late models here in 2014. And it continues to be Tim McCready trying to find a way around Hubbard. Meanwhile, Owens goes after Bloomquist. The Nightmare and the Dominator side by side out of turn number 4. And Bloomquist shoots up the track. That allows Owens by. That opens the door for Moyer. Moyer goes to work on Scott Bloomquist. Meanwhile, Tim McCready cannot get rid of Austin Hubbard. Hubbard running his groove, but he's running it very well, and that's making it hard for McCready to get by. And here comes Jimmy Owens. This one's far from over, race fans. Now Tim McCready going to throw this slider at Hubbard. He's going to finally clear him out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. 1 lap car between McCready and Owens. Owens goes 3 wide through lap traffic. He splits Clint Smith. He splits Hubbard. They're side by side for the lead. The leader of lap 33 is going to be Jimmy Owens. The Nightmare has stormed into the top spot to lead for the first time with 17 to go. And shot out of a cannon, he's got a 4-car length advantage over McCready. But it could be interesting for the O-Show, and right now he leads the way as he chases his 15th win of the year. Make that his 16th, his 15th in a late model. Actually won a Mississippi Street Stock Series event a few weeks ago down in Mississippi. This will be his 15th late model win of the year, but it's not over as he's in traffic, and now McCready and Bloomquist side by side for second as McCready's gone back to the top shelf. Bloomquist on the low side. We're going to have 10 to go off turn 4, and T-Mac is coming. Now he's going to slow as he bobbles off 4. That allows Bloomquist to go to second, and now Bloomquist is going to go after Owens. Jimmy Owens, your leader, and I tell you what, he's not losing any ground. Work in the middle. The middle of this racetrack still very fast, and now Owens goes to the outside of Boom Brick through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. We are going to see 2 laps to go off turn number 4. As the Newport Nightmare leads the way in car number 20. Bloomquist in second, McCready third, Moyer fourth, Lanigan fifth, McCool sixth, McDowell 7th, Chris Madden 8th, Donnie Schatz in 9th, Rick Eckert in 10th. Out of turn number 4, Jimmy Owens is going to see the white flag. He will go off into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. He follows the lap car of Ricky Thornton Jr. He's got over a half a straightaway lead. Down the back straightaway, off into turns 3 and 4 for the 3rd time this year, for the 10th time in his career. Jimmy Owens is going to win with the World of Outlaws Late Model Series tonight at Charlotte, the 8th annual Bad Boy Buggies World Finals. Jimmy Owens, $12,000 richer, and Jimmy, you earned every penny of that money tonight. What a race at Charlotte.
Well, that's probably had to be one of the best World Finals we've had all the way down to the end. And, it was awesome. It was just a bad deal to be leading because we had a racy track. And, you didn't know where to go, and lap traffic was definitely a factor, and it was awesome. It was probably one of the funnest races I've had in a while.
Tonight, you're battling at the front. You got McCready on the top. You got Bloomquist on the bottom. You're running the bottom. At one point, you guys are 3 wide for the lead. And did it ever occur to you, if I get to the lead, where did you want to be most on the racetrack?
I really felt like the bottom was the dominant line, and so that's where I wanted to be. The higher guys was, I don't know. I didn't know where I wanted to be. I just know I got the lead on the bottom, and that's where it was going to try and stay.
Were you surprised when you shot past McCready? You caught that bottom off too, and it was like you hit turbo. You shot past him. You had 4 car lengths instantly. Were you surprised at how good it got on the bottom of 2?
Yeah, I was. I think he had a push coming off the corner there, and then when it got a little bit of bite, like I say, we shot by him and was able to get out there a little bit. And then we got back to traffic, and my car was really, really good. And I wanted to move up, but I was afraid to move up. And then finally, we get to racing, and I could see the lap cars. They were able to keep up on the high side, so I was able to jump up there and maybe get a lap car between us.
It wouldn't be the end of the year. It wouldn't be Charlotte. It wouldn't be PRI if rumors weren't swirling. You put all that behind you. A lot of rumors, whether they're true or not, out there. You came in this weekend determined, and to get this win tonight, what does that mean to you and the team?
It's just awesome. Reese has been good to us and give us the opportunity to shine. And without him and Edge Services and Cornette and Ford and everybody, Club 29. It's such a huge part, and without guys like that, I wouldn't be here.
16 wins to wrap up the season. I know you'd would like the Lucas title again, but not too shabby of a year for you and the entire team.
It's been an awesome year for us. Like I say, we didn't win the Lucas, and it seems like people want to say you didn't have a good year because of that. But it's one of our best years ever, and we're proud to have done it.